Hey everybody, I'm Zach and I'm making a game. This is week 5 of Gamedev but only the fun bits, where we walk through game development on a single person team week by week. Let's get into what I did this week. So Monday, as I was talking about last week, worked on the surface smoothing of junctions. So when you are designing points where roads come together, angling the tangent so it makes a smooth surface is difficult. So I made a tool. You can essentially turn a junction into a smooth junction, and that locks all the tangents to a flat plane, and it changes it from setting a three-dimensional point, like a vector 3, into setting an angle and a magnitude. But yeah, now they're much smoother. It's much easier to make smooth kind of junctions. And yeah, that was Monday, along with some always video editing. Tuesday, I jumped right into my area filling. So I need to get away so that between my streets, if you have like a square, the middle of that square will be filled in. So when I'm laying out a big track diagram, it'll fill in any gaps between with ground if I wanted to. The first step of that is to make a way so you can break up the internal polygons, because the polygon can be concave, and to close a concave segment with polygons is very difficult. So you use a algorithm called Hurdle-Mellhorn. I hope I'm saying it right. Hurdle-Mellhorn, which was, I found an implementation in C++. I transcribed it over on Tuesday, and then Wednesday was all spent fixing bugs, getting it working, adding a grounded interface. So I have a checkbox on every segment where I can say this side of the street is grounded, this side of the street is on ground, and extrude out from it, and a template for what kind of ground to extrude out from it. It's working above 90% of the cases. As you get into weird stuff, it starts doing weird stuff. There's a lot of small fixes, but overall it's working really well. Overall, I think for now, moving forward towards demo, I can kind of fix around those, and this gave me a very easy way to get no pits. Friday, I worked on improving UVs, so you can see in this video the UVs still aren't perfect, but they're much better. Previously they were all locked. Every patch went from 0 to 1, so there was no variation in the UVs. Now it varies. The more square they are, the more right they are. The more triangular they are, the more wrong they are. So I still need to fix that case, but it's good enough for now. So Friday, I also worked on my entity distribution code. So now that I have patches, I want to have a way so that I can distribute randomly on them, like trees, rocks, bushes, all that. So I had this old system I had called a pattern frame, which I had been working on for a while to make it so you could take a shape and repeat it along the length of a patch, making, complex patterns from very simple rules. So I realized I could use that to break up a patch into segments of X size. So I went back to that, worked on it. I was having a lot of problems with my projection code, so I need to project points onto the surface. The method I was using for finding a point was just wrong. Right now it's very brute forcey. I did some research on if there's a faster way to do it, but no real results on that. Once I got the projection working, the pattern frame works, so now I have a grid that will adjust itself to a patch, and now I need to put that back onto the entity system so I can say, hey, this tree, put it with this density, it will go, oh, the tree has this bounds, break up patch into that size bounds, and then place the tree at that density, and it should work. So a roundabout way of getting this working, but I think it's the right way. So that was the week. Next week, getting into finishing that up, and then I think I want to go back to that pattern frame to finish it up to get bricks, because I think it's going to look really good, and I don't think I'm that far off from getting like brick walls working in it. And then I want to get real guardrails, so now that I can use that pattern frame also to set kind of guardrails at positions offset from each other. Right now they're just walls, but I think I can get real, like a post and a rail going along it. Yeah, and then I'm pretty close to a demo. Then it's just going to be playtesting and making sure it works as a game. There's some tweaking of the controls I want to do, but other than that, yeah. So that's what I'm doing next week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Yeah, later.